Let me be blunt. Most healthcare applications do not fail because the candidate is bad. They fail because the application quietly waves lots of red flags to the shortlisting panel. And as it's at the shortlisting stage, you're unlikely to get feedback, unlikely to get a second chance. All you get is, we've decided not to progress with this application. And the worst part, most people never realize where they go wrong. They continue to make the same mistakes and hence continue to not get shortlisted to interview, missing out on those interviewing opportunities and those job roles you so much desire. Hi, I'm George, a UK hospital pharmacist with years of experience being on both sides of the job application experience, as a shortlister, as an interviewer, and obviously as an applicant. And today I'll be walking you through the biggest healthcare job application red flags, why panels notice them immediately, and exactly how to fix them so this never happens again. I've reviewed hundreds of applications to NHS job roles throughout my career, from band 5s to band 6, band 7s, and even those senior leadership roles. Different positions, same patterns. And once you're aware of the red flags that you are making, the aim of this video is that you will never make them again and therefore increase your chances of getting to interviews consistently. Firstly, before we jump into the video, it goes without saying, typos, grammatical errors, clear inaccuracies, even though they seem pedantic, are immediate rejections or immediate red flags, and we will not be covering them in this video, but make sure your application does not include any of these. But ahead of jumping into this video any further, I put a few links below to aid and support this video, and if you do nothing else from now on, you will be stupid not to sign up to the free emailer that I've linked below, where I will send an email to you that once a day for 20 days, which will have golden nuggets of information how you can improve and update your CV and job application to ensure you get through to interview stage. Now let's get into it. Red flag number one is when you just copy your CV into your personal statement. This is a common one, hence a lot of people do not see the issue with this. But if your application reads like a Word document, the panel know instantly. There's no narrative, there's no judgment, statements with no application to the role that you're applying for. It's way too generic. Here's the problem. Panels aren't recruiting your CV, they are recruiting the person behind the CV. They want to see decision-making skills, application, accountability, and capability to undertake this role. The solution? Stop listing tasks, start proving outcomes. For example, instead of "I undertook and responsible for medicines reconciliation on my ward," you may say, "I identified and resolved medicine reconciliation discrepancies affecting high-risk medicines, reducing delayed discharges, and improving patient safety." You can maybe even add in some quantifiables in there. How many do a day, the turnaround, the hours, the time taken from admission to you completing your medicines reconciliation. Is that in line with the national standards? These sentences at the bottom line are about a medicines reconciliation process. The same task, the same role, but fundamentally different feel to that shortlister. I want to need that second person in my team. Red flag number two, completing application but not fulfilling the personal specification. Now this one hurts because I feel really good candidates fail here. You write well, you sound professional, but you haven't covered what we are looking for. You haven't stated what's actually needed to undertake this role. Panels mark to a criteria, we have to. We cannot mark vibes. For example, if the personal specification states leadership, you best believe you have to have some leadership experience, examples, and application in your personal statement. If not, you've lost valuable points. The solution? Have a clear and clean structure. Situation, action that you actually took. The result, the learning, and the application to this role. Follow those 5 things to create each example from that personal specification. No waffle, no philosophical essay, just evidence and application. Then rinse and repeat for each criteria on the personal specification and showcase you are the person that they are looking for. Red flag number 3, and it's humility over professionalism on your application. Now I get it. Healthcare professionals aren't ego-driven, and hence why a lot of people fall down here. Don't minimize yourself to sound nice. No one likes an ego, and I understand why people do this, but it is costing you dearly. Stating "I was a part of the team, we sort of helped, I supported where possible." Panels don't hear humility, they hear lack of ownership, a lack of capability, and just a general lack of confidence. The solution is to just own what you did without arrogance and with clear, concise confidence. Say, I led, I identified, I escalated and coordinated. Key, powerful words that are personalized to you. This is clarity, especially when backed up with evidence and application. But a key thing here is to own what you've done, but do not own what you haven't done. If you claim ownership of things that you haven't done, this will only undermine the things that you have done and really cast shade over those things that you have previously rightfully claimed. For example, a junior role claiming that they transformed the whole department. Plausible, yes. Unlikely, more so. If you're claiming this, then all the other examples that you've used are undermined. How true are they? Red flag number 4. You do not signal or show you understand what the job is that you're applying for. Now this one is a silent killer. Your application ticks boxes, but doesn't tick the right boxes. There's no awareness of the role, the pressures, the real life constraints and reality of the role that you're applying for. It may even show that you haven't done your research about the role. If you're not mentioning workforce strains, patient flow, prioritization risks, patient safety issues, alerts that may be relevant to the role you're applying for, or even service pressures that we're all experiencing. Panels think they sound good on paper, but they're living in a blue sky world. Will they actually cope in our real world? The solution is to simply show situational awareness, and one line is enough to do this. A one-liner could be, I've previously shown by balancing service pressures and patient safety, I was able to prioritize and escalate appropriately. Sentences like this tell the panel you live in the real world, you understand the issues and the innate service pressures, but you're putting patient safety first. Red flag number 5, you show no learning, you show no growth. Every year we do continual professional development. I'm sure you do it every day, but when not stating it in your CV, it's a silent but deadly error. You describe what happened, you describe what went well, but you never show reflection and own the issues and the improvements that come from them. How did it change you, and why are you a better healthcare professional for it happening? Healthcare panels don't want perfection, they want trajectory. A way around this is to end your answers with learnings. This experience reinforced the importance of early escalation and multidisciplinary team working. This is something I will take forward into this role. Growth equals safety, growth equals awareness, stagnation is a risk. Healthcare is an ever-changing, fast-paced world, and we need people that can keep up and continue to be at the forefront of that gold standard that we expect. So to wrap this all up, the bigger holistic problem here is most people fail on applications, not because they lack the ability, but they undersell their judgment, their skills, their expertise. And in healthcare, judgment is everything. If you don't communicate it in your application, the panel cannot assume, the panel cannot mark it and give you the points that you deserve. You lose marks, you lose the opportunity to get shortlisted, you lose the opportunity to go to interview and showcase yourself for the great healthcare professional that you are. You basically end up on the shortlister's cutting room floor with no feedback and only an email to say you haven't made it to interview. With that all being said, you don't need to shout louder, you don't need to exaggerate, you don't need to lie on your application, you just need to be clear, intentional, evidence-led and concise in your writing. Your application isn't a biography, it's a safety case for why you should be hired and why you can be trusted in this role. So that's all for this video. YouTube, being the smart bugger that it is, will select a tailored video for your viewing pleasure somewhere around my head right now. If you like the look of it, give it a click. I personally dropped some links for you below. Check them out. Like I said at the very start, sign up to the emailer at the very least. It's free, it's easy. For 20 days, I'll send you an email with some golden nuggets to help improve your application. And if not, until we meet again, look after yourself.